a revenge game. Next one up, potentially for Bama, right? Vanderbilt and Alabama. Market standpoint, Steve, this one opened at 12, now largely 10.5 in favor of Bama. Again, one that we're kind of right on market, right now. So we're not showing any value on either side here. But yeah, is this something where Bama, coming off a very physical, intense game with Georgia last week, is revenge on the mind? And is that a good thing, actually, that Vandy beat them last week and that they're ranked? Because the one like bugaboo with Bama and Kalen DeBoer, really even dating back to Washington, is they don't get up for like these weaker opponents. But now Vandy's ranked. They're a good ass team. Like,
yeah,
do
well,
they get the revenge?
I'll take it a step further. No, there's zero doubt in my mind that this is on there. Listen, it's not that just that Vandy beat Bama last year. Vandy beat Bama when Bama was ranked number 1 last year. Vandy beat Bama as a 24.5-point dog last year. I don't want to hear any of this. Oh, they can't get up because they just beat Georgia. No, absolutely not. I guarantee you they have this game circled on their calendar the moment the season started, the moment the schedule was dropped. So, no, I don't buy that whatsoever. Yeah, but this is going to be a good matchup, 100%. And I want to take a second to give this man his flowers when they're due. Seth sat on his show last week and said, if you are looking at dogs, if you're looking at dark horses for Heisman, you got to take a look at Ty Simpson. I think it was plus 2,200 at the time.
Plus 2,200.
Yeah, if you come through and he beats Georgia with Mateer being sidelined for the year, someone's got to eat up that value. And I think he's down to plus 900 or something like that right now.
Second most likely. I think behind Dante Moore only. Yeah, so number 2 is plus 950 is the best odds I saw.
Oh, wow, even behind Carson Beck. Okay. Yeah, so you look at Ty Simpson. I mean, I think this is going to be obviously the story that people are going to look at here. 92.4 PFF grade with a clean pocket, 11 touchdowns, no picks. But when you pressure him, surprise, surprise, just like pretty much any other quarterback, they start to crumble. And that's where Vanderbilt is going to have to stand up. But it's not going to be an easy task because Alabama came into the season with the number 1 ranked O-line, and it's been showing. Now, we talked about this last week. Go back to the tape. One of the things we were concerned about in that Georgia game was the ability for Georgia to get pressure against Ty Simpson, and they really didn't do it. Simpson was only pressured 5 times out of 40 dropbacks. So if you're going to be Alabama, you can keep Simpson upright, you can keep that pocket clean. He can do what he does best and pick apart these defenses. Now, on the other side, everyone loves the good underdog story, right? Diego Pavia, we've been saying this name for going on 2 years now. He is definitely evolved in this quarterback role. Last year, Vanderbilt was one of the highest running RPO teams in the nation. Pavia is now a pure drop back passer. Don't get me wrong, they still run the RPO, but he has evolved being able to throw as a legit pocket passer. He's top 10 overall in drop back passing efficiency. And so for me, it's going back to which of these quarterbacks can stay clean, which of these quarterbacks can make the fewer mistakes and be able to pick apart this defense. We've known Diego has done it before, so there's no real reason that I don't think he could do it again. The last thing I'll say, the time of possession in this. Last year when Vanderbilt upset Alabama, they held the ball for 42 minutes to Bama's 18. Can they reproduce that script? Play keep away, because clearly there's been a recipe for success, but easier said than done.
Yeah. And one of the bigger differences too, I think, from last year, Seth, is Vandy this year is a certified top 10 offense. Like, they are legit, right? And yeah, last year I wouldn't say they were terrible by any stretch, but like, this has been top to bottom, start to finish, a good offense. So that's an added really team dynamic that really wasn't quite as prevalent last year.
Yeah, it wasn't as apparent. I mean, you're right. Vanderbilt is the number 3 overall passing offense in our database and number 9 overall rushing offense. That beats out Alabama at 5 and 74 on their offense. And then on defense, this Vandy team is not bad either, which is quite interesting. 64th against the pass, 28th against the rush. And so when you look across the board, Vandy can definitely ball, and they're definitely going to be able to compete. So you're going to look at this 10.5 and say, damn, that's way too many points. Pavia's balling out. But I want to bring us back to reality. I want to bring us back to a point that we talk about all the time on this podcast. And unfortunately for Vandy, this definitely falls in that category. And we need to look at who these teams have played, one, and then their talent overall. When we look at the stats that Vandy has put up, this is against the 88th easiest schedule. So they've had a fairly easy schedule, where Alabama's had the 4th hardest strength of schedule. And then when we look at 24/7 talent composites, which is a huge predictor, Alabama's the number 2 overall talented roster. Vandy, 55th. So Vandy's roster, although they're balling out, although Pavia is doing all these crazy things, I fear that last year was lightning in a bottle, new coaching staff, new everything. This Alabama team is obviously not going to overlook this game. Yeah. I think that this 10 number is probably right. Our model number is right on here. And I just want to point that out again for everybody, because you're gonna look at the stats and it's gonna feel compelling. Why can't Vandy win this game? And look, they can win the game. It's just, I think the probabilities are probably accurate here for the money line just because of that talent disparity. Now, can Vandy shock the world again? We'll see. We'll see. But I think that's why we're seeing the numbers be what they are. Even though on paper, Vandy looks amazing. It looks like a great value buy. It's really not.
Yeah. Speaking of great value buy, the questions about Vandy winning the game, no questions about our model winning the market, baby. Again, 7-3 weekend. That's 2 in a row. We are hitting 60% of the plays this season so far. Tons of value. If anyone's curious or thinking about wanting to join, we've had several new subscribers over the past couple of days, so that's been cool to see. If you guys are interested in joining, head over to our website, btb-analytics.com. Some of the season has passed, so we have made an adjustment, a decrease basically to our season-long pricing as well. So another opportunity, another entry point for folks to jump into the rest of the season. Go on this ride with us. We're profitable, again, in college and making headways in NFL as well. You'll get access to all of our plays all season long.